My name is Modesto Flako Jimenez and I am the founder of Brooklyn Gypsies Collective. I started Brooklyn Gypsies in 2012 to create a space for artists that really don't even know that they're artists yet, to make sure that we give them the respect that they deserve, take care of their writing, curate their performances, make sure that they get tagged properly, they get produced the proper way that it is, and it's not just about exposure without even giving you a flyer. And that's something that I'm passionate for a lot, to make sure that artists have a space. I've been able to team up with a lot of companies to make sure that we facilitate that space. Take a walk with me and let me show you a few of them. I'm here at the performing space Jack, about to take this site visit, talk about our Brooklyn Gypsies upcoming show here in September, and talk a little bit about his space. It's a beautiful space about the community and amazing artists that come through here to show amazing work. Take the walk with me. Next to Grandma, reading my own little color version of the Bible. I didn't become a saint, but I learned to worship the Word. I am here at the performing space Jack with artistic director Alec Duffy, who we just collaborated on a bunch of shows throughout the years, and he just graciously took 3 of my festivals, 2 of my festivals in here, and I'm really honored to be able to collaborate with him to create community work that's needed, and for him to open the doors and just let us play as artists in here. And Alec Duffy.
Hey.
Always crazy intros.
Yeah. I started Jack with several co-founders 4 years ago with a mission of creating a space that reflected the diversity of the city, but that was also threaded into the surrounding community. And we've been trying all sorts of things, experimenting. We have music, theater, and dance here. We're 50 seats, we're a small venue. We have 1,400 square feet. So it's basically our little one-room schoolhouse, you know. Yeah. There's no dressing rooms, there's very little in support that we have.
But there's a lot of learning that happens here.
Yes, yeah, it's true.
It's a lot of playing and a lot of learning that happens here.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful space. I love the silver, by the way. The first time with the silver, I was just like, what? Brain crashing. How am I gonna cover all this silver? But then it fits. Somehow every artist that comes in here figures out a way to make it disappear for the audience, but without touching it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's really beautiful how they we get to play in your space, and somehow, I don't know why you still have it up, but I love it.
So we have tinfoil all over our walls, and that came from our first show that we did in the space. We wanted to create an underground cave-like atmosphere, but we only had $150 design budget. So we spent it all on tinfoil, and we spent 3 weeks putting it up. And then it became kind of part of the identity of the space.
Yeah,
so we've just stuck with it since then. It doesn't work for everything. I know that it's limiting for the
certain artists, but
for
it's
certain
beautiful
artists.
though. It's beautiful because
certain
kind of people even say yeah, Jack, the Silver House.
Right, exactly.
You were the first space to actually open your doors and say you could have it for 2 weeks and experiment to what is to have a show with an audience and actually have an interaction like that with the audience can ask whatever questions and we have to reply.
Yes.
That was so challenging and so beautiful to actually have the 85-year-old white man say, I tutor, and then us have to say, but you charge, when you know you don't have to.
Yeah.
So those moments were amazing to have those brains crashing and revolving in a moment, having to oh, yeah, I thought I was doing good, or am I doing good?
It was like a show that didn't feel like any other, in that there was a performance happening on stage, but then there was also a community conversation built in
about race and
about race, justice, and it was a powerful, intense couple of weeks.
I'm here now 3 times a year. You know, you took my festivals, which don't have a home. You took them in and said, yeah, brother, this helps us financially and it helps the community also.
Have you ever seen the space in in what we call our cabaret setting?
No.
Okay. Just to put this out there. Sometimes we do a corner, basically the whole stage is here.
Yeah.
This is the back, and then we have a row here, chairs, row, chairs, 3 rows here. We take out this seating.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of this seating moving around this way.
Yeah.
And it's so sometimes we do concerts that way because it's more intimate. It's basically more intimate than a presentational.
Allowing me to bring in 30 poets and street gypsy performers that don't even know they've never had a light on them.
When the lights go off in Brooklyn for the last time.
There's a difference between being broke and being uncomfortable.
You give us the lights you have and say play.
Yeah.
You know, that to me is amazing. What other players you have in this space that you're like really proud of having?
We host a free after-school teen program called Truth Worker, which is a social justice-based hip-hop theater company. They're doing great work. They've created an original production every year, full lights, sound, tech. So they're working on a trilogy on mass incarceration right now.
Yeah.
So one was called Barcode, and then the second piece was called In Prism. Boxed in and blacked out in America.
Yeah.
And then now they're creating a piece about prison reentry.
Yeah.
So they're interviewing family members who have been in prison and talking about how to get thread themselves back into society afterwards.
Wow, that just has me like shocked right now. Like,
yeah, it's an incredible company.
Yeah, and those are all teens.
Right.
These are
Right.
respect, bro.
Well, I'm not
I
leading
know,
it,
but you're able to you open the doors
Right.
and you don't say give me a check.
Right.
You say go and play, imagine, reimagine, and you give those kids that process to be able to respect themselves as artists.
You have 60 seconds remaining. Do you know how many people are on the outside fighting for you, love? You may not be able to climb those walls,
but I can make them disappear.
Warrior of peace, it is time for you to shine. It is your turn.
That's why I feel like we collaborate beautifully. And that's where you gotta come to Jack, man. That's where you gotta play at this space, and that's where you should come here and like get that ticket, come have that conversation, come have that drink, and talk community and figure out how do we address all this race and social issues that we're having right now, right? Jack. Sergio!
You ready?
Let's do this gypsy thing, right?
Yeah. So I cut it short for him.
Yeah. Ghetto Hors D'oeuvres Colors is the next in this series of poetic theatrical performances by Brooklyn Gypsies.
My name is Eric Acevedo. I am 22 years old. I am a part of this beautiful event, Ghetto Hors D'oeuvres Colors. My piece is entitled Descendencia Negra, which translates into Black Descendancy. I tried to pay homage and tribute to blackness in the Caribbean islands, in particular Puerto Rico. I wrote the poem because in 2010 I found out that I am Afro-Boricua, and I found out that in Puerto Rico there was blackness and there was slavery as well. So this poem is a dedication and an homage to my black ancestors.
Because I am not dark does not mean I do not have African ancestry. Mira mi pelo, it's a combination of crinkly y curly. I call it sabroso, rich en cultura, rico como la caña, rico como el line del jibarito, rico como yemaya, yemaya.
To be a part of Brooklyn Gypsies, what it means to me, it's undescribable because I've been writing since I was in 2008, since I entered high school, right? And now I'm here with the theater and doing this more live and adding it like a Broadway show, right? Adding the incorporations of visual arts, music, so it means so much, you know? It's a beautiful thing.
To my African brothers and sisters, see, Yoruba tribe sits in me like a passage of poetry.
Ever since I've been writing poetry, right? It helps me relax. It helps me find my way around the world, right? When I don't have the words that come out emotionally, I write it down and I use a paper as my canvas and as a tool, as my medicine. I use poetry as a form of meditation.
For I to speak what they call is broken English, but it's not broken, nor does it need repair. My accent does not get in the way when I try to speak the language I've made. Land, and in prison on Biso. My accent is a gift from my ancestors dressed in white, creeping out of my tongue.
The colors of El Barrio, the vibrant graffiti of its streets, 5 points in its displacement. What do colors represent to your New York City story? Let's break down the colors and have them mix at the Bushwick Starr theater. Served with free hors d'oeuvres, the audience bear witness as an eclectic group of Brooklyn artists, both native and immigrant, decipher the block and break down the rock that is the foundation and cornerstone of Brooklyn. Come and check this out with us. We do this every year at the Bushwick Starr. Check us out. Poppy, let's get it. We're done, baby. Done! That's a